The Sports Ball Stuff podcast is brought to you by What Lola Wants. Go to WLWPrivateChefs.com for information to reserve top quality chef and restaurant services in the Chicagoland area. Pulpery Media presents Sports Ball Stuff with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the major sports stories that intrigue us and the little stories that enrage us. So back to what you were saying about hitters being in slumps and or not being able to beat somebody. So there was this clip of back when Fox Sports had Pete Rose.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in power, by the way.
We will
it's
talk.
like this is my segue into it. But so Pete Rose is sitting there with Alex Rodriguez and Frank Thomas, and they go, "How did you get out of a slump?" And he goes, "I never changed my swing. I'd step back in the box, or I step up in the box, or I step out, up and out in the box, or up and back in the box. But I kept my swing the same because I knew that worked." And he was like, "So if I'm not hitting the changeup, or I'm not hitting the curve, I move up in the box.
Correct, exactly.
If I'm not getting the slider,
if I'm late on one of the other pitches, I'm moving back."
And fucking Frank Thomas at the end of his speech goes, I mean, he was on national television, so he couldn't say the precursor, but it was like, fuck, I never thought of that. But Frank Thomas goes, "I never thought of that." One of the best hitters we've ever seen in our life.
Facts.
The Big Hurt.
Yep. Proper hitters.
Pete Rose does like a 2-minute little like, this is what I did.
Answers a question.
Yeah, and he's like, shit. And
you know, the only reason I know that is because the Major League Baseball game.
That's why you do that.
Probably because Pete Rose. And you know what? I do the same thing all the time. If I'm slow on that fastball, guess where I'm going?
Yeah. Up.
Yep.
And if you're late, if you're too early, step back in the box.
Correct. Jeter was a master at that. Plus, he choked up on the bat and went the other way.
That's another thing that Rose said. He was like, it's like, keep this swing the same, and it's like, if the footwork's not working, choke up, choke down.
Yeah.
But you keep your swing the exact same.
Your mechanics, which is what a problem with today's baseball is.
Right, they fuck up their mechanics.
They fuck up with your mechanics, and if your elbow's off or this, it's like a golf swing. Like, this is wrong, angle of your arm, your step.
Yeah.
All of that matters. And if you're fucking with people's... Pitchers are the same way. If you're fucking with people's mechanics...
Well, I'm just saying, is that if the all-time hit leader is on national television... 4,000, right? 4,000...
This is what impressed me. 2,888 singles.
Yeah.
He almost has 3,000 singles. Just singles.
Yeah.
That's one base. That's a sing. He almost has 3,000 hits with just nothing but singles. Think about that.
Well, he wasn't a big guy.
No.
Yeah.
But, like, that's bonkers.
Yeah.
How many hits did Ichiro have doing that? This motherfucker was doing it in the 70s.
Well,
Sorry.
No. Well, just to...
I had his card here.
No, I'm just saying is that if Ichiro had been drafted when he was a teen...
Yes. He would have been close.
Oh, no, he would have beat people.
You think?
Yeah.
There's no way.
The dude came in when he was like
30,
late 20s. Yeah, like 28, 29, maybe even 30, and still had over 3,000 hits.
He played for the Yankees.
Yeah. I was in Tampa Bay when that year that he came in. I saw him warming up.
I never got to see him play.
It was fucking unbelievable. It was like I didn't want to squeal like a little girl. But
yeah,
it was
I would love to see his batting, like his whole at bats live.
Yeah,
because he was just.
Well, he combined. It was like Pete Rose, Rod Carew, and like Stan Musial into one entity.
Yeah, he was a contact hitter.
But he was up front,
right?
And which again defies all hitting logic, is that he wasn't balanced. He hit off of his front foot.
Yeah. And his thing was he needed to get out of the box fast.
Right.
Like that.
And he
said that.
He was a right-hander, but he learned how to hit left-handed so he could
get closer to first base. Which is why he perfected the slap.
I know, yeah.
Like the slap base hit, like that's him. So Pete Rose, if they don't put this, if these old motherfuckers.
But what was that? I mean, it was like 2 months ago after they did the Netflix documentary, we said this, and I think you said it, and I agree with it, is that he would have to die before they put him in. And so now, Jeff Pearlman did a really good TikTok talking about how initially he was upset, he was against Pete Rose being in the Hall of Fame, but now with baseball essentially promoting, and he was like, look. Pete Rose essentially said, just playing, particularly when he became a manager, just playing the game wasn't enough.
Because he had to so bet good on at it.
Well, but when he was a manager and he's sitting there, it's like, well, to make the game more exciting, what do? You bet on it.
He just hit a walk-off home run.
There you go, Brew Crew.
Milwaukee.
There you go.
Algonquin.
For the good land.
Wait, that was walk-off, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Why are we still sitting here?
Because they're in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but why are the fucking Mets still sitting on the mound?
I don't know, maybe we misread the inning.
Well, I am blind.
Oh, bottom of the eighth, sorry, yeah.
Well, it's 5-3, it's over.
Fuck, what was I saying? Perlman was going, it's like, if you take baseball in this context now, in which they are promoting betting,
I've said that
to make the game more exciting, you have to let Pete Rose in.
So my argument the entire time is, yes, he bet on baseball, but that had nothing to do with his greatness on the field.
No,
absolutely nothing.
He did the betting when he was a manager,
exactly,
or player manager, but it's like
he wasn't playing. Yeah. Come on now.
Well, no, I mean, he technically he was under contract, but anyway, it's like he didn't know when. I mean, as good as a hitter as he didn't know when he was going to break Ty Cobb's record, so he's not going to be able to say on this date I'm doing this, right?
But still,
yeah,
like his accomplishment was on the field as a player.
So overall, hit leader,
yes.
Beat the unsurmountable Ty Cobb, won an MVP, is a 3-time world champion with 2 different clubs.
Yep.
He got
17-time?
He got gold gloves in like 5 different positions.
Yeah. But he got, was it gold gloves or all-star appearances?
All-star, yeah.
In a double digits in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In various different positions.
Exactly.
And
he also
is widely recognized by his contemporaries.
200 hits in 10 seasons. Like, he got 200 hits
in 10 seasons
in 10 different seasons.
Yeah.
That is fucking bananas.
He got the batting champ and won. So yes. It's like if you didn't even give a name to that and you put that down on paper, someone would go, first ballot Hall of Fame.
Facts. One of the top 10 baseball players ever.
This is one of the crimes of the Baseball Writers Association, is that, like, look, I get it. Like,
and trust me, I'm the guy who's like, Barry Bonds should
but it's like, this isn't that, like, the first 10 years, like, before we knew Barry Bonds was juicing. This is this whole man's career.
A career.
And that we know that he wasn't betting on.
No.
At least himself.
He was...
Yeah.
Put him in the Hall.
But that's why he's Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
And speaking of another person who fucking hustled. Not my house.
It's funny. I told the wife, I was like, Dikembe passed. She was like, who's that? And I was like, this guy.
Yeah.
Like the commercial guy. And he played for the Knicks.
Yeah, he played for everybody.
But Atlanta was his main team, right?
He's on the net. Or no, Nuggets. The Nuggets is who he came up with, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he ended up in the Eastern Conference.
But wasn't he on the Rockets, though, when they won?
No, that was Akeem Olajuwon.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
I want to say it was Atlanta. But this guy...
No, you're right. Yeah, because it was him and Dominique Wilkins.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh.
So this guy was...
Did he ever get a ring?
I don't believe so. Oh. But he's in the Hall.
Oh, I mean, should be.
He's in the Hall.
That dude was a brick fucking wall.
Yeah. And that was...
I mean, he was already like 8 feet tall. And
that was in
I
the
forgot
time...
he went to Georgetown. He was part of those Georgetown.
That's what I was just about to say.
Well,
he was part of that time.
I was confusing him with Olajuwon, and that was Phi Slamma Jamma, but
No. He was during that time where
Patrick Ewing.
Basketball was all about like a dominant big man.
Yeah.
I will go to my grave saying Shaq is the last dominant big proper center big man.
I agree.
I'm not talking Anthony Davis's or the cat who plays for the Timberwolves or the Greek guy. I'm not even going to try to say his name.
Oh, yeah.
Not those, or KGs or anything. No, I'm talking proper fucking center.
That would, put you down.
Yes. Like, literally, there's a reason that his thing was not in my house. Because he would throw your shit into the 5th row and then wag his finger at you while speaking in the thickest Nigeria?
That's a good question.
African accent.
Oh, no.
I can't say that. That's terrible. Nigerian accent. I gotta be close. Watch it be something crazy. He's gotta be.
Anyway, keep going.
So but he was old school. He's in the Hall. I don't know what else to say.
Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah, again, of course I was going to get that.
Kinshasa, okay.
But he was so young, and I know that giants like that don't have a super long lifespan. But
it's not usually brain cancer. Yeah.
Right.
And again, like
a titan of basketball.
Like previous segment, and even like Pete Rose. Pete Rose was old. Pete Rose was in his 80s. Like he was 58, and I'll give it to him. Is that much like fucking Chadwick Boseman, like didn't fucking make a big deal about it, like didn't make announcements. Hey, I got brain cancer.
The nice, from all accounts, the nicest human being on the planet. He's like Tim Duncan nice.
Yeah.
But an intimidating presence on the floor.
Yeah.
Like I've heard stories where people are like, basketball players saying like, I didn't want to play against him.
I think I heard something like Shaq was like he was the last guy that like put me down.
Right.
Like it was. And then going like, fuck, that was like a changing of the guard right there. Like
that's why I mentioned that generation, which is why we love it so much.
Right. Which is our Patrick Ewings or Charles Oakley's.
Yep. And the Alonzo Mournings. Like, fuck you for playing for the Heat for all that long. But yes, he was the David Robinsons. Well, Detlef Schrempf wasn't really a big man. Arvydas Sabonis.
Good, yeah. Or Xavier McDaniel. The X-Man.
Yeah, like he was part of the dying breed of the dominant big man.
Yeah, held court in front of the
exactly.
net.
All he had to do was stand outside.
The following segment has been brought to you by Whatever Lola Wants. Go to WLWPrivateChefs.com for information to reserve top quality chef and restaurant services in the Chicagoland area. The Sports Ball Podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion, marketing by Brock Ryder, graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion, Music by the Heisenberg Compensators.